Chapter 2 – Masked Men. The enemies of Islam were busy in secret missions. The Quran and Hadith were being taken for granted. The emissary of Allah decided to remove the mask of Islam from enemies' faces. Centuries ago, this area was a barren land. There was neither any tree nor any water present except for mountains and deserts filled with sand dunes. Allah repaid him with the gift of a stream of water that was generated in the desert by the rubbing of the young child's prophet Ishmael. In honor of this dear servant of God, it is made compulsory, till the end of the world, for all pilgrims visiting Allah's first and greatest home to run on her footsteps of Prophet Ibrahim and his family. Centuries passed, and due to immense wrongdoings, frauds and thankless attitude of the humans, the light of true religion stopped reaching the human race except for a few true ones who still had the true light of faith in them. Then again from the mountain of Faran, Allah sent the last messenger to light the paths of the deserts. This was the time when the fate of this city of Makkah started changing. Khana-e-Kaaba became purified by the removal of the idols. It was during that time that the Holy Prophet and the Ahlul Bayt changed this desert into an oasis by planting trees and digging wells along different routes of the city. The wells that Hazrat Ali dug with his own hands were still present in the year 60 Hijri, providing water to the pilgrims, and the trees planted by him provided them shelter from the scorching heat. Prophet Muhammad had passed away 49 years ago, and during that time a lot had changed. A few months after the Prophet's death, his respected daughter Fatima, too, passed away, and after 29 years Hazrat Ali, who despite facing a lot of opposition had kept on safeguarding Islam from its enemies, too, was martyred in 40 Hijri at Masjid-e-Kufa by the rebels. The enemy's plots kept on thickening, and as a result, one after the other, the pillars of Islam were demolished. In the year 50 Hijri, the Prophet's eldest grandson Imam Hassan was also poisoned to death. All the killers wanted to do was to take over the Islamic government and to destroy it completely. The decline of Islamic morals that had started with the martyrdom of Hazrat Ali reached its peak in 60 Hijri, when the innocent civilians were deprived of their livelihood. Even the Quran and the essence of namaz were forgotten. The principles that the Holy Prophet had set up were being made fun of by governments of Syria and Egypt. In all, darkness of evil was spreading quickly over the Islamic world. Many of the Muslims, who were aware of the fact but were afraid to raise their voices, took refuge in the mosques and busied themselves in their long prayers, trying to satisfy themselves that they were doing their duties rightly. To save Islam and its teachings, the younger grandson of the Prophet, Imam Hussein, left Medina, his hometown, on 28 Rajab along with his family members, who included women and children. brothers and trusted friends. Reaching Mecca on 3 Shaban. When people came to know about the arrival of Prophet's grandson, they welcomed him with open arms. When the governor of Mecca Syed bin Aaz witnessed these scenes, he fled the city fearing uprising. On reaching Medina, he wrote to Yazid about the latest developments. On hearing this news, Yazid planned his future government strategies accordingly. These people were extremely clever, brutal and cunning in their ploys. They thought of demonic plans to destroy Islam and Muslims. The first plan was that since Imam Hussein had reached Mecca in the Hajj season, he should perform Hajj, and when he would do that, they had decided to send an army of 300-plus brutal assassins who would go to Mecca and attack and kill Imam Hussein during Tawaf-e-Kaaba and disappear in the crowd. Aleph Imam were to be assassinated during Hajj. No one would be able to get hold of the killer in such a rush. Kufa was now Yazid's army base. Gone were the days in Kufa. Now resided the soldiers of Yazid's army who followed orders of their high-ups. No matter what may come. With the passage of time, some of the followers of Al-Bayt had also made Kufa their home. They didn't pose Yazid any threat, as he knew he could get rid of them whenever he wished. These people were living with great fear, their hopes pinned on only one person, Imam Hussein. According to this secret plan, Yazid's bureaucracy and secret agencies decided to create pretense of freedom. The soldiers of Yazid's army started propagating their false allegiance to Imam, writing letters to him in Mecca openly and claiming that the Khilafat belonged to Imam and it would be really good if Imam would come to Kufa to take over Yazid. This was Yazid's dirty scheme through which he made the soldiers send fake letters to Imam, swearing allegiance to him, and asking him to come to Kufa to rescue them. Even some of Al-Bayt's followers were conned by this strategy, and they too wrote to Imam to come to help them and free them from Yazid's clutches. End of chapter 2.